Mahanamaskar. This is Acharya, Amit Agarwal, MahaVastu Acharya. I'm here again with an interesting session on few tips, do's and don'ts in your daily life. So let's give few seconds for people to join, and then we will continue with our today's session. So let's start. Vastu, MahaVastu, myth, auspicious. There are so many words which keeps coming in our mind, especially when we get influenced or when we start thinking about Vastu. We start picking up on each and every small things. Whether if I live or keep this item in this specific area, is it good, or is it good as per Vastu? We go into so much of nitty-gritty whenever we consider about Vastu. So I thought, let me give you some few tips, so at least you know exactly what you need to consider as per Vastu, and you may not need to consider. Before giving that, let me give you some basic concept about Vastu, which I think I have mentioned earlier as well. I may end up repeating myself, but I think it's a good to start with the basic concept. Vastu, in reality, it's about energy balance of your house. It's nothing else. It's purely an energy balance. Striking the right balance between the positive energy and the negative energy to get the best experience in your life is linked to Vastu. And again, we heard about Panch Tattva, or 5 elements: air, fire, earth, space, and water. Again, each of these 5 elements, they have their own attributes, they have their own colors. Again, it's all about striking the right balance between these 5 elements present within the house. In Hindi, we say Panch Tattva or Panch Mahabhut. Why Mahabhut? Again, because they are fixed, they are shashvat. It's not a variable. Secondly, there is always a myth about Vastu, like whether my entrance is auspicious entrance or not. If I am keeping specific stuff like my god or the temple, if I keep in this place, is it auspicious or inauspicious? In real Vastu, there is nothing about auspicious or inauspicious. It's all about energy balance. It's not linked to any religion, because Vastu or 5 elements, it's universal. How we can link it with a religion? The office space, or whether it's your factory, your industry, or your shop, or your restaurant, or your residential space, can you link it with a religion? Or the energy within those space, can you link it with a religion? Can you link sun rising from the east? Is it religion? No. Sun will always rise from the east. It's universal, it's fact, it's fixed. Same as Vastu, it's not linked to religion. So, don't link Vastu with religion. Hence, don't link Vastu with whether it's auspicious or inauspicious. Vastu and MahaVastu, what's the difference? The fundamental is the same, there is no difference. The only difference is MahaVastu works on precision. It works with elements, it works with colors. We can bring color in our life, then only we feel our life is bright, it's full. Otherwise, we feel our life is dull. That's MahaVastu. It's just work with the colors. In MahaVastu, we don't give you or suggest you an expensive remedies. Any item in your house is a remedy in itself. The wall color, the color of the chair, what you are wearing, the color, whether it's blue, white or green. What's the color of your wristwatch? Yes, that's all the Vastu remedies. I'll give you the Vastu remedies, or an astro remedy is by using a green color pen linked to your pottery. Yes, that is a Vastu remedy or an astro remedy. And when we talk about MahaVastu, it includes both Vastu, which is basically the energy balance of your house, as well as astrological remedies, which is balancing the energy of the planet, which having an influence in your life. So again, the don't is, don't try to think about wearing a gemstone or an expensive gemstone. Yes, it works, but only for a given period of time, but not throughout the life. So, few do's. Whenever you think about Vastu, think about energy balance and always use your floor layout. That will help you to get your energy inside the house or inside your commercial space properly balanced. Secondly, don't use, I'll come to don't, but colors play an important role. So always give a full consideration to any of the colors. Whatever you are wearing, whatever colors you are using in your house. Thirdly, and very importantly, subconscious mind. Always do what your subconscious mind tells you. Don't try to apply your logical mind or logical brain. There are 8 senses in this whole world. Yes. We all know about 5 senses. Seeing, listening, touch, smell, taste. The 6th one is a 6th sense, which links to an intuition. The 7th one is a common sense. And the 8th one is nonsense. Yes, nonsense is also a sense. It's illogical. Sometimes Vastu works, color works. Don't try to apply your brain or logic, otherwise you will get yourself confused, and the side effect of it, it will impact your daily life, because you end up disturbing your Vastu energy of the house by applying too much of logical sense. Why I mentioned about the word side effect? Reason being, Vastu is a science. Similarly, a medical science. Medical science is about your health, your bodily health. Vastu is a science about your, yes, residential and commercial properties health. Yes, you heard it correctly. Even any of the residential or a commercial space which are surrounded by 4 walls, it has an energy and it develops a health as well. So, at times, by fixing a specific zone in your house, you will see a direct influence on your body as well. How? Take an example. Go and buy 4 big sandbags of 50 kg each and identify the northeast of your house and leave it overnight. And then observe the change in your thought process. You will get an answer to it. That's the reason. Vastu is a science. It's not linked to religion, just a myth. People cause in many things Vastu defects. No. It's an energy balancing in your house is a key because it's linked to a science. Few tips. When I talk about medical, let's talk about medical. Zone north of northeast. Keep any of your medical records and your medicine, including the water you are drinking, in the north of northeast zone of your house or your commercial space, and see an effect. Secondly, don't sit in south or southwest for a long run while having your dinner. If you want to try, identify south or southwest of your house and have all your meals, including while you're drinking water, in that zone. In few days' time, if you don't complain about constipation, let me know. Another do's. Place a study table or a picture of library or a picture of book in the west or southwest zone. Or you can place a books or your study material in the west or southwest zone. You will see a positive impact in the studies of whether it's you or your kids. Another do's is always listen or get the consultancy from the MahaVastu Acharya. You can book a free Yogdaan to get the right advice. Otherwise, if you end up following some of the Vastu tips, what we give you during the session, without doing full MahaVastu programming, you will end up missing your daily living. For example, yesterday I was speaking with one of the clients. He came back to me with an issue, relationship issue between the family, especially with the in-laws. And to my surprise, that relationship issue started when they painted the wall in the southwest zone with a very deep blue color. And when I spoke to them in detail, to my another surprise, the whole relationship issue started with the emotions or the emotional support. Water is linked to emotions. So, and the color of water is blue. Because of too much of expectation or very high expectation or emotional expectation from the family, the relationship started falling apart. So, another don't use a very deep color paint on your walls. What you can do, use an off-white color throughout your house. Another don't. I talk about religion. So, on religion, whichever God you worship, whether it's Krishna or Mahadeva or Christ or Allah. Never ever keep any of their pictures or idol or any of the signs or the symbol in 3 MahaVastu zones: east of southeast, south of southwest, and west of northwest. Not even religious books. Another don't is, don't try to mix many of the MahaVastu remedies or any of the Vastu remedies all together within a go. Another don't use any of the 3D remedies in your house without balancing the zones. Yeah, there is a big list of do's and don'ts, but I am just giving you few high level just to provide you some good understanding in terms of what you can think and do in your daily life. Entrances. None of the entrance is a bad entrance. Yes, obviously there is a positive entrances and negative entrances, but don't ever think about not considering any of your properties, whether it's commercial or residential, for your own purpose just by looking at the entrances. Always consult a professional MahaVastu Acharya to get the right advice, who will look into your patri as well as energies of your house and your prakriti as well, alongside with the prakriti of those premises, to give you right advice whether that premises is good for you or you should ignore it. Even in your house, if your entrance is not positive, we can treat it by using color tapes or the metal strip to stop any negative energies entering into your premises, whether it's a house or a commercial space. So entrances is quite a key, quite important, but don't think that all the entrances are bad and you end up taking a wrong decision where that entrances or the premise would be a very good for you to manifest your vision. So in summary, this is what all I wanted to cover. I'm not going into too much of detail. I know there are so many information I have given you. It's a bit hard to digest. You can always listen to me again by going to my Facebook page, and the video will be available to you. If you have any question, post in the comment box. I will be happy to take those comments. And after that, I'll conclude today's session and we'll come back again next week with another interesting session. Hello, Nupal ji. Hi, Jasmina ji. Namaskar. Yes, Anjana ji. Hello. Right. Great. Amazing. Good stuff. Thank you everyone for listening to me. I'll wish you a great evening ahead, and I'll speak to you next time. Maha Namaskar again.